There comes a time in life when our bodies begin to speak a language that is quieter than words, soft signals that something deeper is changing. Most families don't notice them right away. They look like ordinary moments. A nap that lasts a little longer, a favorite meal left untouched, a phone call not returned. We don't see them as warnings because they don't feel dramatic. But according to hospice doctors and palliative care experts, these subtle signs often appear weeks or months before the body begins its final transition. Recognizing them early isn't about fear. It's about love, understanding, and offering peace when it matters most. If you're caring for an aging parent, grandparent, or friend, this might be one of the most important lessons you ever hear. These 7 quiet changes are your loved one's way of telling you something, not with panic, but with grace. 1. When rest takes over. The shift in sleep. One of the first signs families often miss is a change in sleep patterns. When a person begins sleeping much more during the day and staying awake through the night, it can seem like normal aging. But sometimes it's something more profound. As the body starts conserving energy, it slowly redirects what's left toward vital organs, the heart, lungs, and brain. This natural slowing down often begins with longer periods of rest. The brain's internal clock, which once kept time perfectly, starts to blur the lines between day and night. It's not laziness or confusion, it's the body adjusting, gently preparing itself. I once met an elderly gentleman named Harold. His daughter noticed that her father, once a passionate baseball fan, couldn't stay awake through the first few innings anymore. Within weeks, he was sleeping nearly 18 hours a day. His doctor explained something simple but profound. The body was shifting gears, focusing on comfort and conserving energy for the road ahead. If you notice this pattern, start by tracking it. Not with gadgets or charts, just a notebook and quiet observation. More than 16 hours of sleep a day for over a week might be a sign to reach out to a doctor or hospice team. But remember, noticing this doesn't mean giving up. It means understanding. It's an opportunity to adjust care, add comfort, and simply be there. Sometimes love means learning when to sit quietly beside someone as they drift in and out of rest. 2. When the appetite fades, the body's quiet. Withdrawal from food. Another change that can break hearts, and often causes the most confusion, is when a loved one begins eating less. I remember a woman named Ethel, who'd been making homemade apple pie every Sunday for more than 60 years. One day she took a single bite and quietly pushed the plate away. Within weeks, she no longer asked for dessert at all. Her family was worried, but her doctor gently explained the body was simply beginning to let go. So what can we do when this happens? First, don't force food. For someone nearing the end, eating can become physically uncomfortable. Instead, offer small, comforting options. A spoonful of mashed potatoes, a sip of warm broth, a soft fruit cup. The goal isn't calories, it's comfort. More than anything, make meals moments of connection. Sit together, even if they don't eat. Share memories, play gentle music, or hold their hand. Sometimes, love looks less like full plates and more like quiet companionship across an empty one. 3. When they pull away, the gift of solitude. It can be painful when someone who used to love company starts spending more time alone. They stop answering calls, skip gatherings, or sit quietly in another room. It's easy to feel hurt or rejected, but often what's really happening is a deeper inward shift. Many palliative care specialists say that as the end of life approaches, people begin to withdraw socially, not out of sadness, but out of preparation. The mind and spirit turn inward, reflecting on memories, finding peace, and slowly loosening the ties to the outside world. Franklin, an 84-year-old from Ohio, used to host poker night every Friday. But one month he stopped showing up. No arguments, no complaints, just silence. His daughter thought he was depressed, but doctors explained he was entering a phase of quiet reflection, something they see often near the end. The best thing you can do during this time is not to push. Keep the door open. Offer your presence, not pressure. Sit nearby, read together, listen to music, or simply share silence. If you find yourself thinking, "They don't want me around anymore," remember this. It's not rejection, it's reflection. They're not leaving you emotionally. They're preparing themselves spiritually. Sometimes, the kindest thing we can do for someone we love is to allow them the space to find peace in their own way. 4. When conversations cross worlds, memories and visions. There is a moment many families never forget, when a loved one begins talking softly to someone who isn't there. Perhaps it's a long-past spouse, a parent, or even a child. They might say things like, "I can see them," or "They're waiting for me." It's easy to assume it's confusion or dementia, but doctors and hospice nurses have observed something remarkable. For many, this isn't confusion. It's clarity of another kind. Vernon, an 86-year-old from Florida, began speaking to his late wife, Martha, as if she was sitting right beside him. His daughter, worried, called the doctor. The hospice team explained that as the brain receives less oxygen and the body begins to slow, the boundaries between memory, dreams, and reality start to blend. For some, this creates visions that are comforting rather than frightening. Instead of correcting them on, "Mom, that's not real," or "Dad, you're imagining things," simply listen. Let them share what they're seeing or remembering. Sometimes these moments bring profound peace. They were not signs of losing touch. They were often a way of reconnecting with love that never left. Write down their words. Ask about the memories. There's a good chance you will hear stories you've never known before. Final gifts wrapped in fragile moments of grace. 5. When strength slips away, the body's gentle surrender. At first, it might look like simple weakness, needing help to stand, struggling to button a shirt, or tiring after a few steps. But when these changes happen quickly, they can be signs of the body beginning to conserve energy in a deeper way. Carmen, an 83-year-old gardener from Texas, loved tending to her roses every morning. Then one day she couldn't lift the watering can. A few days later, she couldn't get up from her chair without help. She hadn't fallen or gotten sick. Her body was simply shifting its focus inward. In the later stages of life, the body redirects energy from muscles to vital organs. Even with food and rest, strength fades, not from lack of will, but from natural redirection. This is where compassion matters most. If you notice someone struggling more with daily tasks, respond with gentleness, not frustration. Rearrange the home for safety. Remove rugs, add handrails, place chairs within reach. Encourage rest. Most importantly, change your expectations. Help them do what they can, but support what they can't, with patience and grace. Weakness in the body doesn't mean weakness in the spirit. Sometimes it's simply the body's way of saying, "It's time to rest now." 6. When breathing changes, the rhythm of letting go. Few things unsettle families more than noticing changes in a loved one's breathing. Breaths that come in quick bursts, then pause for long, silent seconds. This pattern, known as Cheney-Stokes breathing, is common in the final months or weeks of life. Say it's not painful. It's the body adjusting its rhythm as the lungs and heart begin to slow. I remember a retired firefighter named Raymond. His wife noticed that during naps, his breathing would speed up, then stop for a few seconds. She would hold her breath too, waiting, terrified, until he inhaled again. When their doctor explained that it was part of the natural process of slowing down, she finally exhaled with understanding. If you ever notice this kind of breathing, focus on comfort, not panic. Keep the room peaceful. Prop their head with soft pillows. A small fan or an open window can help the air feel easier. Understanding what's happening allows you to replace fear with presence. Sometimes, sitting quietly beside someone, holding their hand through those pauses, is the most powerful form of love there is. 7. When the heart turns inward, letting go of the past. Perhaps the most profound sign of all isn't physical, it's emotional. When a loved one begins talking about old regrets, unfinished business, or starts giving away personal belongings, it's often more than nostalgia. Lawrence, an 85-year-old from Nevada, woke up one morning and asked to speak to his brother, someone he hadn't spoken to in 15 years. He didn't remember why they stopped talking, only that the silence didn't feel right anymore. He began giving away his old tools, each with a story and a smile. His daughter worried at first, but the hospice nurse explained something beautiful. This was part of emotional preparation. Many nearing the end feel a strong pull to reconcile, to make peace, to share, to ensure nothing is left unsaid. But near the end, every time her daughter stood to leave the room, Margaret would look at her, not with fear but with a gentle plea. Stay a little longer. Her daughter didn't understand until later that those silent looks were her mother's way of saying, "I don't want to be alone right now." Research from Harvard Health and the National Institute on Aging shows that as people grow quieter near life's end, their need for emotional connection actually increases. They may not say much, but their eyes and gestures still speak volumes. If you're ever in that moment, you don't need perfect words. You don't need to fill the silence, just sit. Hold their hand, play their favorite song. Read aloud an old letter. 5 minutes of quiet presence can mean more than 1,000 reassurances. A reflection of love. Recognizing these signs isn't about predicting death. It's about embracing life's final season with awareness and compassion. When we see these changes for what they truly are, not symptoms to fight, but signals to honor, we stop fearing them. We start listening. We start caring more deeply. We start loving in the way that matters most, gently, presently, without rushing. Each of these moments, extra sleep, fading appetite, withdrawal, quiet conversations, loss of strength, changing breath, and emotional closure, is the body's way of whispering, "I'm preparing." And our role as family and friends is not to resist, but to walk beside them with patience and peace. So if you're going through this now, take a deep breath. Know that you are doing the hardest and holiest work there is, loving someone as they complete their journey. May you have strength for the days ahead, grace for the quiet moments, and peace in knowing that presence, not perfection, is what truly matters in the end. And if you believe that caring is love in action, share this message. You never know whose heart it might comfort today.